Hey Gusties, I'm Max Fiddler.
And I'm Shelby Wilds. After another week of getting hit with more and more snow, we hope you're ready to catch fire with GAC TV this weekend.
Have you noticed all the underclassmen have new ID cards? Elizabeth Wires talked with Campus Safety about the new fob system on freshman dorms.
During fall semester, we created the access procedures, the procedure, I guess, as to how to initiate that and to begin using it. And so the implementation plan, I'll call it that. And so we decided that the best time for us to make the transition and start using that would be the beginning of spring semester. And so at that time, we switched out 650 students with the new cards and turned the system on, and they've been using it since then.
I really like the key cards because it's really nice to just not have a key and have it all electronic, and I think that's really cool.
I can tell you why it's useful now for us in many different ways. First of all, it allows students to sometimes even have hands-free access to the residence halls, so it simplifies the process. They do still need to use their keys for the individual doors, but it does allow for easier access. It allows us to track when someone enters a particular area, and it's not used for monitoring comings and goings like curfews or guests or anything like that. But in situations where we need to locate a student, or we're having difficulty locating a student, or maybe there's a missing student, then we can access the system and see, you know, when was the last time they used it, when was the last time they entered, and where that was.
I really like the new fobs because then if I'm walking home late at night from a meeting and I can't find my keys, I don't have to worry about someone attacking me before I get in the door.
The key cards are incredibly convenient, and they're great.
Being able to lock down areas electronically. We would not have to, if a key is lost, then we don't have to recode and issue all new keys to students again. We can simply just deactivate that card, and then that access would no longer be granted.
The new key cards obviously makes it easier for me to get into the building, because instead of getting my keys out of my pockets when my hands are cold, I just either pull my trousers up on the thing or pull my bag up on it. And yeah, it made it easier. But what I wish is if it was like that in every building, you know.
There is a plan that we're hoping follows through and carries out as we would like it to, in that we would expand to the rest of the residence halls for full implementation by fall of next school year. And so all students, faculty, and staff would switch over to the new type of card, and then we would have all of our residence halls on card access. There's some basic care stuff with the card that's different than the cards that we currently have, and so and maybe some of it's not different, but to not like punch holes in it, there's proximity readers in it, and so it can be damaged, and so we have to be careful not to punch holes in it. Things like exposing it to a magnet may deactivate your access, and so that would have to be re-encoded on the card. Stuff similar to what happens with like hotel keys. But also some personal safety tips that I would add include not attaching your card and your room key to a lanyard together. If you lost that, then another student would be able to find it and locate where you live, because your name is also on that card, and then would have access to your room knowing where that is. And so along with that, it's critically important that if you lose your key or card, that is now your access key, that you go online and immediately report it. And once you fill out that information online, it automatically deactivates access to that card. Now, if you lose it on the weekend or in the night when dining services isn't open to get you a new card, you can go online, report it lost, come to Campus Safety, and we have temporary cards that we can issue until you get your new card the next day.
Thanks, Elizabeth. So Gustavus offers us students a lot of choice regarding what major or minor we want to be. This week, in order to spotlight one of the newest choices on campus, I sat down with Gustavus professors and students to discover what the Gustavus Film minor is all about.
It was created last year. It was when we applied to have the major put on the books. And Priscilla Briggs she's wanted to do this for a few years. Yeah. So it's 5 courses for the minor. There's only 2 courses that are required, and it's 2 from a selection of courses. 1 course in video production, which can be either digital photography, video art, or video representations and communication studies, or independent studies in screenplay writing, some sort of production-based course, and 1 course from film studies, which would be my film art and history course, 142, or a sort of film studies approach kind of course. We see the minor as a step towards hopefully creating a film major at some point. Right now we have both. We try to cover both, again, production and also some film study sides.
I have always been really interested in film and in television now, especially in the last few years. And when it became an option, it made a lot of sense just due to my interest, and also because there's a lot of, as an English major, there are a lot of classes that overlap, and so I wasn't really doing a lot more extra work to get a minor in something I love, so it just made sense all around.
You know, screens and in terms of media and the proliferation of sort of us staring at glowing rectangles most of our life means that sort of visual literacy is really important, I think, nowadays, and there's a variety of ways in which you can approach that.
Number 1, it's a lot of fun, and 2, I think it's, you know, the visual media they're becoming so much a part of our cultural understand, like our mass cultural understanding, and so it's only going to grow, I feel like, in the future.
To learn the language of this visual culture and this visual medium is important for them because it will give them, you know, the tools and language by which to analyze, and more importantly, it's a way in which you can, you know, get a job or, you know, in the future in some field like this.
I would say my favorite part is probably, you know, experiencing all the different facets. So, you know, whether it's, you know, watching film, writing film, looking at one television series in particular, there's just a lot of options, and I found that enriching, and there's been a lot of really cool options that I couldn't have gotten anywhere else, really.
Some of the new things to look forward to is there's a brand new film club that was just lobbied to the Student Senate and approved, and this is a group of students mostly that are involved in the film minor, and not only do they screen films together, Hollywood films and foreign films, they also work on each other's film projects for classes. So it's a variety of actors, editors, screenplay writers, directors, and so that's a kind of new, fun discovery. Anybody that has any interest in this can always email me directly or Martin or Priscilla directly. I'm online all the time, and so very easy to find out particulars about stuff. But I wouldn't have any student hesitate to just contact me and ask specifics.
Although established relatively recently, the Gustavus Film Studies minor has already clearly had a substantial impact on this campus, and is providing opportunities for students long after they graduate. So be sure to check out what's next for the minor, and if you have any questions or comments, there will certainly be a professor or student who can help you out. Reporting for GAC TV, I'm Shelby Wilds. Last Friday, the Presidential Search Committee and the Board of Trustees unanimously voted to have Rebecca Bergman serve as the newest president of Gustavus Adolphus College, making her the first woman to lead this college in its entire history.
We've heard a lot about it, but we wanted to hear what you had to say. Elena and Devin have the question of the week for us.
What is the question of the week?
What are your thoughts on the new president? Do you know her name?
Yeah. No, I don't know her name. Rebecca is really cool.
What are your thoughts on the new president?
You know, I'm really excited. She seems like a great woman to have in charge here. And as someone who hopes to one day be a woman in charge, I'm very excited to see where she takes Gustavus.
Whoop.
Tom, come. She even called you Tom. Do you know anything about the new president?
No.
No? I
got an email.
You got an email, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, no names?
Jolene, is that it?
Jolene, it's a good song.
Pretty awesome.
For another,
yeah.
Who knows how many years?
I'm okay with that.
I'm not done with my ice cream bar.
I don't know her, so I don't have any.
You know it's a girl then, so that's kind of nice.
Okay, yeah. Do we really need to bring that into the limelight, the fact that she's a girl?
It's like a big topic of that's when I ask people, they're like, oh, it's a girl. So yeah, for this venue, yes, it's important.
No sé nada de la presidenta, de la nueva presidenta.
I think it's great that there's a female president now. However, it's going to make it difficult if she doesn't have a dog for me to dress up like part of her family. So hopefully there's an animal.
What if just like a goldfish?
I can do goldfish.
Okay, your name's Rebecca, okay? So what are you planning to do with our school?
I don't know.
Are the students gonna get free things?
Yes.
What are we gonna get?
Cookies.
Cookies, what kinds?
All of them.
Oh. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thanks, Elena and Devin.
That's all we have for you tonight. I'm Max Fidler.
And I'm Shelby Wilds.
Keep it classy, Gustavus.
All right, what can you tell me about the new president?
What can I tell you about the new president? Her name is Rebecca Bergman. She is the 17th president of Gustavus, first woman president. She has a background in science. She worked on the board of trustees at this college for I don't know how long. Yeah, and before this she worked at Medtronic.